And we're
I got
live off the bat.
All right. When you're ready, yeah, just let me
Okay.
turn on the camera. You should be going live and everything.
And we're
I
live
got
off the bat.
All right. When you're ready, yeah, just let me
Okay.
All right,
camera. You should be
All
going
right.
live and everything.
we are
My
back.
cousin. I
Live
got
off the bat.
All right. When you're ready, yeah.
based on conjecture and what we think is going to happen.
Exactly. Well, I'm feeling pretty good to start off with. Our new CEO, we're talking Onvo for those of us that just got on the call or that are peeping in through many social media streams or whatever that we got going on here. This is only our third podcast, so we're going to get better as we move along. My name is Patrick Walsh. This is my cousin, Matthew Collender. We always say Matthew Big Hitter Collender.
No, we don't.
But yeah, I'm very excited for the reason that Organovo is a biotech company, and they had an earnings call today, and it was the fourth quarter, and it beat expectations. So that's a great thing.
Yes, it did.
And I'm staying tuned on this stock just because I think it's an amazing science, and they are going to save lives, going to save many lives. And they're also a science that is going to make it so there won't have to be any more animal testing, which I think is cool. Or maybe we'll make it so there won't be as much animal testing. Am I correct on that?
Sounds good to me. And those are some of the great, reasons why you'd like your investment. But obviously, I'm in it for the yacht. You know what I mean? Like going out on a yacht for the big beach party once Organovo does extremely well. And I've got it like it's I don't know, about an 8 to 10 year timeline. And from everything that I can see, it's right on track. So
Yachts are nice, I'll tell you though,
to rent.
as much
I'm not going to own one. Yeah, we'll rent it.
Well, yeah, who would own one unless you're like super meg? That's just problems, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's better to have a friend with a boat. Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, I'm pretty excited because no one had heard from this Taylor Crouch.
Yeah.
Is that his name? Right. So we didn't know, we couldn't find anything on him really, except for that he had some experience and stuff, but we didn't know what he sounded like. And I thought that was really great because he's different than Keith Murphy. Keith Murphy had this like scientific background that came at you like pow, and very entrepreneurial, but also he was very reserved. But this guy Taylor Crouch is like, he just seems, his tone is just like everything is cool, man. Like I got this covered. I feel like that's what I felt from him.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't like kumbaya for me. I mean, it was like everything's cool, but we're gonna roll up our sleeves and get to work. That was,
right. I love when he said that. When he's like, "Hey,
fun.
look, I've been in 10. I've only been involved for 6 weeks. I've been in 10 meetings. I pull my sleeves up, and I'm ready to get to work. And it's going to be like that for the rest of the time that I'm CEO." I love that. But the way he spoke was just very like smooth and cool and inviting.
Yep.
Like
And
that.
it's going to be great for the Jeffries conference tomorrow. If you get a chance to run into him, I'm sure he'll be the same exact way. He seemed very welcoming, which is going to be good. And we were talking about this earlier. Is going to be good for interacting with institutional investors, because at the same time, he comes from a background of building companies, and he started off the call by talking about his experience building 3 separate companies and having them become extremely profitable inside of the CRO testing biotech space. I'm not quite sure exactly, but I believe those contacts are the same people that are going to be contracting with Organovo for the tissue services. So,
Right.
it seems like an amazing pick for CFO. So thanks to Kirk Malloy and the entire board for putting a great, I mean, Pat, you used to print T-shirts at one point. If you could make me a Taylor Crouch T-shirt, I'm in the club. I mean, I would wear that thing, man.
We got to go on record that my cousin has a Go Onvo license plate.
Yeah,
that's commitment.
Well, yeah, we want to spread the word to everybody that this is a transformational, revolutionary company that 3D bioprints, takes human cells and prints them in an XYZ
Did
axis
you get
with
Glenda?
different cells.
You did.
Um, do you have the, I mean, it's just me and you. I wouldn't mind going through the slide deck real soon. Does Marvin have it? We could maybe go kind of 2 seconds with each slide real quick, but we could stop at slide 21 because that was, I think there's some
Yeah.
new slides in there that I saw today. So,
What do I got? The slide deck. Let's see.
The first tab up there.
It's the first. Okay, let's see. Share the screen. Let me go into right here. I got that. Let me switch the tab. Okay. Let's see what we got. Again, we have nothing to do with Organovo as a company other than we are on the outside just commenting and just being, cousins goofing around and just trying to open up eyes for, these new opportunities.
well, we're also investors in the company for sure, and I have a license plate that says "Go Onbo," so we're in it, So that's whatever. You can take it for whatever that's worth. You can think we're pumping, but why don't you take a look at these slides and you'll see what's happening.
Okay, what do we got? You want to talk me through it, and we'll come through.
Well,
Organovo, a bright future. You just
all
gotta
right,
love
so
that, Matty, don't you? A bright future.
come
I
on, let's
love
keep
that.
going. Let's
Okay, investor highlights. Investor
all right.
highlights.
Great, keep going. All of these slides, guys, you can find it on Organovo's website under investors, under investor toolkit, and you'll find the most recent presentation. This one's from March. Keep going. This is fine. Addressing gaps. Keep going. We know what we're going to do. They're going to come in and help with toxicology testing, unmet needs. Keep going. A lot of failures, drug failures. It's more predictive. These are the different tissue types. You've got liver
Oh yeah, look
toxicology,
at that.
kidney. I like the
Liver.
efficacy. Yeah.
Yeah, liver was the first thing that they came out with, and it's a $1+ billion market. Oh, now kidney's starting to come in, 2 billion plus market.
Mhm.
Efficacy models, 50 billion in annual R&D and new drugs. Wow.
Yeah, so for the casual listener or whatever, what the deal is with efficacy models is they can take the liver and make diseased liver tissue. So fatty liver disease, which is affecting in the developed world,
Have my
we
phone.
read 30% of people are dealing with
Nice.
progressive fatty liver disease. So this is extremely beneficial for any drug or any pharmaceutical companies that are looking to create drugs for that unmet need. So anyways, keep going. There's multiple markets, safety, disease modeling, that gets into efficacy, tissue replacement, we'll get into that, but keep sliding.
Okay.
That's the process. Keep going. That's how they do it. Somebody can check it out later.
Oh,
Keep
I
going.
just want to let you know though. Let's just take it slow, man. There's no rush here. We got the NovoGen bioprinting process. These guys own the patents. You want to tell them how many, Matt?
I thought I heard on the call today that they have 50
50,
patents
and
then
then
another
100
100
plus.
that are pending.
Yes.
Plus the IP portfolio is just solid. These are foundational patents as the
Yeah.
first to market with bioprinted tissue. So
Loving it.
you get loving it.
Industrializing the process.
I think that the warehouse is bigger now than that, but I don't know.
Well, I think they combined because somebody left and then they combined forces. So I went to visit the company, and it's a great building, and it was cool. And the funny thing is, I tried by accidentally, I went the wrong way. I went inside like the wrong door basically. And
Yeah.
as I went in, I met some people coming out, and the people that I met were like just cool, and I think that
Yeah.
says a lot. So I met like 4 or 5 people as I was going in there to see if I could, talk to somebody, which was great because I ran into the secretary who's got a master's degree. And then immediately I found the investor relations guy was gracious enough to see me the following day. Steve
Yeah.
Kunzabu, great guy. ex-military
probably
guy.
in an airport right about now with the management team getting ready to fly to the Jeffries conference. So we hope he's doing well. We appreciate all the help he's given us. So.
Yeah, I mean, so I never had spoke to him prior to showing up at the front door, and he gave me a tour of the place. I wonder if is Glenn in?
You're really stuck. You're really stuck on this slide. I'm trying to get to slide 21.
I'm sorry. We're just talking.
Right.
Just don't jump the
gun.
I mean, come on, buddy.
You're
Slow
there.
Down. You know? Slow down. Okay. So that's a lot of square footage there of serious science going on. So, you know.
Yeah. Look at the hat the guy's wearing. You know it's serious.
That is serious. Anybody that's wearing a cellophane hat like that, I mean, those are clean rooms. Clean. There's no way they're letting my cousin in that room. Okay. Best in class.
You don't know any of those people. You don't know any of those people.
No.
They are like,
they're
that's
not
the bottom of it. That's the bottom of the barrel, really.
I only grew up right like down the block from Bristol Myers Squibb and another company called Johnson & Johnson, who I believe should be on there.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is last night you were talking about how they partnered with NIT, and it's really NIH.
Well, look, it's basketball season, and NIT is a basketball thing, right? So I don't know. It's like I guess you're right. But I mean, Harvard, that's not Harvard and Yale. Those aren't big schools.
I went to Penn State, so I think they're decent, you know.
I went to the University of South Carolina, Gamecocks, baby, and you know what? The rival Clemson is involved with Organovo.
No way! Did they partner with Organovo?
They did.
That's
funny.
I saw just the other day. Yeah, no, it's the University of Virginia just is partnered with them to help solve the problem of volumetric muscle loss. I mean, but we don't need to talk about that right now, that partnership. Let's keep going with the slides. That's good.
But wait, we probably should mention Phil Knight Cancer Institute. I don't know, is the guy Phil Knight, is that the guy from Nike?
Yeah, that's the guy from Nike. And there's a slide at the end of here. Keep going, because
that's nothing big. Those guys don't do any due diligence or anything on companies that they get involved with. So let's see. 4 growth pillars as we look ahead. Preclinical safety. There's the guy with the very smart looking headpiece again.
I'm gonna wear that for Halloween. Yeah.
I bet you
therapeutic tissues.
In the IP portfolio. Again, I know you're focused on getting your yacht or all that kind of stuff, but I'm focused on saving lives. That's why I like
That's fine. I'm down with that.
But I will take a ride on your yacht.
It's the yin and the yang.
Yeah. Growth pillar number 1, preclinical safety. You want to spend any time on this, or you just want to keep going?
No, skip.
You're dying to get this other growing
keep going.
Validation and data. Really? Okay. This fibrosis, okay, we're going to come through.
Yeah, anybody that sees this can come over here and they can see which system works with what.
I don't know. I think this is kind of interesting. This is kind of an interesting slide, don't you think?
This slide basically says that the current system of the methodology that they use for testing drugs, these drugs, you pronounce them. Can you pronounce those drugs?
I can try.
All right,
we're going to say troglitazone.
That'll work.
Trovafloxacin,
and methotrexate.
I know methotrexate. That's
steroid, right?
Yeah, something I've heard of it. Methotrexate. I don't know. I know it's expensive or something.
There's about probably 300 scientists that are laughing right now that we're like trying to deal with this. But the point is,
I don't see anybody smart on here. Where are all the smart guys? I go on feel. I did say 3.2. I did say
4.2.
4.2. I said 4.2, right? And it was right on the nose. So I go by feel. I get all the smart guys in the room, and I can cheat. I'm good at cheating.
Do me a favor. Feel the keyboard and get to the next slide. All right.
Here we go.
All right.
Ex viva human liver tissue strong scientific data. Oh, there's that other name you probably don't know. Rose said,
all right. This is good.
What's up?
This is decent. Yeah,
Ex
this
vivae is
kidney
outside the body. In vivo is inside the body. So, for
very
those of
good.
you, okay. See, I'm learning as I'm going. So, go ahead,
It's
Matt.
good to
Break it
learn.
down. Is this your slide that you've been waiting for?
No, but it's still a good slide
Come closer.
because the kidney proximal tubule is a key target of renal toxicity. This one's really about looking at toxicity testing in kidneys, which pharmaceutical companies do not have any model. There's no mouse model, rat model, any type of kidney toxicity testing portfolio. But what Taylor Crouch told us in the conference call today was that the clients are much more interested in, I forget what he called it. It's like transport, but how drugs are transported or drug to drug interactions, stuff like that. So the great thing about the tissue is it's so versatile for what a client needs, that they can tweak their testing needs for the client depending on what they need. But we can go to the next slide though. But
I
the
like that.
Good
kidney
afternoon and
is
welcome to
huge.
the
Yep.
Organovo fiscal fourth quarter
Oh,
2017
whoa, whoa,
earnings
whoa,
conference
whoa,
call.
whoa, what's
All
going on
participants will be in listen-only mode.
Could you freeze
Should
up?
you
I
need
think you're right
assistance,
at the
please
slide
signal
I
a
wanted to
conference
see.
specialist by pressing the star key followed by 0. After today's presentation,
And hit this too.
Okay, Maddie,
Yeah.
we're back. Little technical difficulty. We had the Organovo fourth quarter call. Steve Kunzabu was giving his intro. I don't even know if we have, I didn't mean to have that pop up, but it did because I have
Well, that's fine.
I have
Are you
about
able
a
to,
thousand windows open. So
are
you
you
know
able
what's,
to
am I able to what?
maybe pipe in the Taylor Crouch talking about his, I don't know if that, or can you bring audio into
Oh
this, or is that a different time?
no, I could bring it in, but I don't know if we have. Are we allowed to do that? I'm not sure if we have
Nah,
access to it.
I don't even, yeah,
Probably.
forget it. If you
We'll
got to
wait.
ask, it's not worth it.
The next time we'll see if we can do that. You probably can, but I mean, I muted it,
Okay,
but it
so
was
next slide. Next slide would be
okay.
good.
I just want to let you know that I got Glenn Witt. He's joining in. Okay.
Hey, Glenn.
Glenn says, I like what I see. I'm a tech investor and enjoyed Intel, Oracle, and Amazon. Organovo is next. So he's a big player. He's a friend of mine, Glenn Witt. We got Marcy Nixon on the line.
Hey, Marcy.
She's Tricky Dick's niece or
Who?
grandniece or something. Tricky Dick, the ex-president, man.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Grandniece?
I don't
She's
know, something like
royalty.
that. She's royalty. She's on. She's checking it out. As you know, man, we're connected to big players here on the podcast. It's only our third one, and I got here 1 minute before the call went off last night, and I cruised in at 4 or 5 minutes before this call, and I'm feeling really great. Went to the
It's
gym.
amazing. You can't even get to the next slide, though. I
Okay,
mean,
because I
it's
know you
like,
want it so bad. All right, ready? Let's go.
sheesh.
Moving on, moving on. Growth pillars. Is this a slide that you would like?
Um, no, this is good though. This is just saying that we're awesome. Organovo is awesome for royalty and licensing opportunities. No, this is one of the slides.
Okay.
Licensing, royalty. You can de-risk a total discovery program cost by enabling decision points further upstream. Efficacy. You can. I think the licensing and the royalty deals with partnering with drug companies that want to de-risk their pipeline, and they'll allow a portion of the any drugs that make it to market. They'll get a portion of the profits for helping in the preclinical process. So
Right.
that's incredible. And I've often thought they could potentially take drugs that have already, failed by, there's got to be a gigantic warehouse, like at the end of Raiders in the Lost Ark, of just drugs on shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves of all these molecules that were proven to be, toxic, but had a real benefit to them. And perhaps now with tissue that is printed, we could figure out what the mechanism is or try to understand its toxicity so that
Yeah.
perhaps they could come up with blockbuster drugs that are just on the shelf waiting to be kind of tweaked.
Let me
You
break
know?
it down. Let me break it down in layman's terms. Okay. So let's say you got a pitcher and he's in the minor leagues and he's throwing 106, 107 miles an hour and they think he's going to go to the majors. All of a sudden he tears a rotator cuff. Now all of a sudden he's sidelined. But guess what? All of a sudden the great physician comes in there and fixes him up, and now he's the next Nolan Ryan and he's back in the majors.
Well, not
Maybe
only
not, I
that,
don't know. Who
it's
knows?
like let's say this guy is a homer, whatever that baseball card is, right? The pitcher, he tore it back then, and it's just sitting on a shelf for 50 years. And then you
Ooh.
bring it back in, and all of a sudden it's amazing. I think there's the potential there, but I don't know. That's not anything
That's
they're
right.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
But like
that.
they're just a little off. That drug's just a little off. It's sitting on the
Right.
shelf. Oh, you didn't get FDA approved. Organovo goes, let me see all those drugs that you got on the shelf. Bring them down here. Hold up. Let me throw them through our little scientific experiments. Let's give those drugs to the guys in the little cellophane hats and see what they can work out. They get the little
Well, especially
microscopes.
with the kidney, because it's only in like the last year or 2 years, with the work that Organovo's done in partnership with Melissa Little at the University of Queensland, where they're understanding proximal tubule kidney tissue. It may be that they can run some of these drugs through that were toxic to the kidney, to kidney, and find out, through metabolism, what is really going on. And I don't think they could do that before. They've got 2 mass spectrometers at Organovo, so they're really looking at how drugs are metabolized. And they've partnered with pharmaceutical companies in 3 different ways. Basically, just straight up toxicity, also efficacy through disease modeling. They can create disease tissue either by using disease cells to print, or new tissue and then creating disease on that. And then there's this third way of metabolism with their mass spectrometers. Are we at the next slide yet?
Yeah, not yet. I like to go slow and steady. So one of the things I would have asked a question
Creepy.
was, how much do these spectrometers, how much do they go for? Because, when you're talking about this.
Why, you in the market?
No, I'm not in the market, but I mean, I
I'll
want to
sell you one.
know. I'd like to know how much that ended up being as the spend. Did it come all in this quarter, or is that like a year thing? Like,
I
when
think
did the money
they
get
bought
realized on
them.
that?
They bought them this year, so they're in our yearly numbers.
So we already have them for next year. Is what I'm saying. So that's not a
Well,
cost that we're gonna have to be.
I don't know. They might have a payment plan. It could be like on layaway or something. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So efficacy models. You wanna continue, or you wanna comment?
No, this is NASH. I want to stop with that. Fatty liver disease. One thing they said today,
30% of the people, all the knuckleheads have 30%. 30% of these guys have
30%
fatty
of
liver.
what?
30% of the people have fatty liver disease
The people where?
in the country, I guess, or in the world. Who knows?
In the world.
In the
in
is
the
it really
world.
global?
In
Oh my
developed
God. Fatty liver tissue.
in the
What
developed
is
world,
that?
30% of people have progressive fatty liver disease.
Disease.
So this
Right? Oh my God.
is You want to, now this gets into what you're talking about saving people's lives and really making a difference and impacting the world.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The pharmaceutical companies and the biotechnical companies that are going after NASH and fatty liver disease are looking for tools like what Organovo has, and the work that they've done to help better understand and find solutions for that gigantic population of people that are dealing with this.
Yeah.
So this is a great opportunity.
And look, this just so you know, it's not. This is not like I'm not going to get fatty liver disease.
You might.
I'm in
Why you say
shape,
that?
baby, because I'm hitting the gym. I'm eating right. But there's a lot of dummies out there doing the wrong thing, and that they want that push button technology, which is not a good thing. But at least when they get caught in the fray and caught doing all these bad things, there's a savior. You know, I don't need the little safety net. I don't need it. But this is for other people. I don't plan on getting no fatty liver disease. All right, but 30% people have it. Wake up or be ready, you know.
Well,
to,
yeah, it's just a fact. All right.
get
All right,
down
moving
with
to,
get down with the new science, and you know, I would. It's the same thing, man. If you like, I was telling people, you know, drinkers, for instance, guys that are drinking, they're gonna probably develop some kind of liver issue, right? Well,
yeah,
what a great insurance. Invest in something like Organovo, because if you do need that little liver patch that they're probably going to come up with in the next within 5 years, it might save your life. So, I don't know. Might be a
yeah.
good little investment.
Drink a little water. That's what I tell them. But you're right. You're right. There's people, all kinds of people suffer. And actually, they're getting into, here we go. Here's the slide I wanted to see.
Oh, I mean, L'Oreal? Isn't that French company that's just ginormous? Private company?
Yeah.
My God.
But you got to do it with like a French, like Jean Normé or something like that. You know what I mean?
L'Oreal.
So they came in, they had a partnership with them. They didn't even mention this on the conference call today because guess what? There's so many bigger things that they're dealing with, but this is
Mm.
still amazing at the same time. All right, partnership with L'Oreal. Here's what I saw today that I just hadn't seen the slide deck before. Completed phase 2 of the second contract. Ongoing discussions regarding the next phases. Now, this slide deck was presented by Craig Kussman at the, oh God, it was the Roth conference in March
Right.
15th, April, May, June. So less than 90 days ago, this was presented there. And this slide set, I think, was created for this. So what that's telling me is that they've been kind of marching along with L'Oreal, who I think, what'd you say it was, $1 billion? Billion with a
One
B.
1.2. Marvin, can you get that up? Get that up. I might have to do it over here. I'm gonna go here. Hold up.
Well,
I'm gonna go.
get that last point. Get that last point.
Oh, go ahead.
Additional opportunities to partner with pharma companies on skin tissue models and applications.
Right.
In other words, derm. Then,
Right.
yeah. So that's what you were talking about in the early days, about 2 years ago. You're like, man, this could be like skin testing for cosmetics, all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's so way down the line. But you were right.
L'Oreal and skin. Uh, I don't know.
No, dude,
L'Oreal.
L'Oreal and Organovo. Oh, you're
No, no,
trying to
no.
figure out.
I'm trying to think. There was like an article about them spending.
It was called
Trying,
Episkin. Why don't you try L'Oreal spends
L'Oreal.
1.2 billion?
I don't know about because it. Oh, but now L'Oreal is benefiting from a digital. Oh, L'Oreal. Oh, boom! Here you go. Oh, oh, boom!
They're buying
Wait,
something.
no, they're buying something. Now they got something going on here. All right. Anyway, back to this. Okay,
All right.
but
So you might have to retract your statement about 1.2 billion.
no,
I'm
no,
just
no, no,
saying.
no, 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 no. Here's from what I believe, from what I remember, they spent $1.2 billion in.
I know it's, yeah.
developing
called
their
Epi-Skin, what they were
developing
selling.
their own skin. So that means, making the buildings, hiring the scientists, going about trying to develop their own skin, right?
And that
it
was
was only like it was
before.
$1. It was
Yeah.
$1 in 1 year. It was $1 bill size piece of skin.
Yeah,
So,
and that was before they partnered with Organovo. So now, plus you look at the what is it? It's not PETA, but it's the European Union. I know that I read some articles this past year where they had banned using animals for cosmetic testing in the European Union. And then what these big cosmetic companies were doing was they were subcontracting their testing to like Malaysia or whatever, and then bringing them back. So the European Union got a wind of this, and they said, no, you can't test it on animals anywhere. So the ability to use 3D printed skin with different cell types to, really bring out the benefits of different skin types, and provide safe cosmetics around the globe, and also to um, kind of act as a liaison, that's a little French, with
Yeah.
other cosmetic companies for the skin, is going to pay off. So they've already completed phase of a second contract, and they're talking about next phases. So I'm excited about this opportunity.
that's pretty good.
That's one of the slides.
Yeah.
But now these next like 3 slides are fantastic.
All right, so I don't know. I think that L'Oreal outside the body partnership, skin tissue, pretty big. NIH, I think, is doing something with is it the eyes or something? What's the partnership with NIH? I think it's
NIH is doing all kinds of stuff. But one thing with the eyes that, I mean, if people go to the website, which is www.goonvo.com, you'll see a whole bunch of links, because this was just the beginning and got us into the overall conversation of regenerative medicine. So that's stem cell therapy that you're talking about, and they put some stem cells like in the eyes, and they were able to cure like macular degeneration or something like that. It's amazing what the work that's being done in stem cells, in bioprinting, and then the CRISPR technology. So we have links to all the information like on the website.
Yeah, so the website that we put out is called goonvo.com, and it's just a linking site to some of the interesting articles about some of these forward-thinking
Check it out. Very interesting
things out there.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll go to the next slide. All right, what do you got?
This isn't important. Let me
Lynn
see.
Ellis. We got a couple more people here. We got Rob in the house. Arevalo.
What's up, Rob?
We got Lynn Ellis, another one of my friends, an investor.
Good.
What's up, guys? So we're talking Organovo here again. Just a disclaimer: we're not an official site or anything with having to do with Organovo. We're just excited. We're just normal guys chit-chatting about this unbelievable science. They had their earnings call today, and they beat expectations. I called it right on the nose, I believe, at $4.2 million.
$1 million for the year, which is great. And that's 138% growth from last year. And I think the word was robust for the contracts that are coming up. They've got, this past year, they had 50 contracts as compared to 10 the year before. So
no, I think
people are adopting this.
Are you sure it was 10, or I thought it was even 5 and then 50?
Whatever, 5 or 10 last year, right? 50.
And then 50.
All right, so this slide is about the Knight Cancer Institute, and yes, this is Phil Knight of Nike, and he started a cancer institute, and they are serious about winning. And this is a premier academic partnership. This is fantastic. Breast cancer initial model established, bioprinted with defined multicellular composition and architecture. If you look at the slide, there's the stroma, which is the outside of a breast cancer tumor, and the inside fluoroscopy. What does it say? Breast cancer cells fluoroscopically identified or labeled. So the deal
Fluorescently.
is, no,
Fluorescently.
the point about this is that when sometimes with drugs that they give to treat cancer, it goes to the stroma and it might kill the cells in the stroma, but it doesn't actually penetrate into the cancer cells. So I mean, we've all had somebody that's been impacted by breast cancer or any type of cancer. If you could just imagine a world where if they identify your cancer, they're able to then replicate it outside your body in 24 well plates and then use different cocktails of therapy until they find the right one that kills the cancer in the dish before they try it on your body and ravage you. That's what I see in this opportunity. This is an amazing opportunity to
You've been
impact.
studying up. You've definitely been studying up.
Yeah,
Well
well,
done.
I'm excited
Well done,
about this.
Maddie. I'm
This.
equally as excited, but you definitely seem like you've been studying more than I have. Okay, growth pillar number 3, therapeutic tissues. Maddie, lead the way.
Okay.
Mr. Study Bug.
I tried to get a question in on the conference call today, but it seems like it's taken over by those financial guys. And they asked like, "Oh, let me ask one question," and it turns into like 5 questions.
Right.
What's with that? Why can't we get a question in? You know. But anyways, my question was going to be that they recently did a second study with a liver patch, foundational study that they presented at the Society of Toxicology, one of their 8 presentations at this premier conference. And they showed that the liver patch that was put on this animal's diseased liver perfused and lived and became part of the liver and helped the function of the liver for 60 days. But the question I was going to
Right.
ask is that
That was
that's only
double.
because yeah, they had done a previous study that didn't, it wasn't like it beat it. It's just that they didn't study it for any longer. I think they
Right.
only studied it for 60 days. It doesn't
Well
mean that it
said.
then
Well said.
stopped. It's just they didn't study it any more than
Yeah,
that.
because
That's what I wanted to ask.
the language before was like, we know it goes 30 days, but we kind of we saw no reason to actually continue the study, but I guess they ended up.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
So that gets back to
Beautiful.
Taylor because he has connections with people that have set up the testing, the CROs, and that can set up the testing for to be able to get this product in front of FDA for the patients with the pediatric. What is it? It's not pediatric. It's gosh, I haven't studied that
Okay.
hard. It's like a very specific disease that people have, inborn genetic disorders of the liver. So this, like a dollar-sized patch of the liver tissue, the is going to be submitted to to the FDA as a new drug application in 2020. So right now they're studying it in animals. They have to get the proper testing methodology so that they can present it as a new drug application for this specific patient type. So this is it. Deliver a dollar bill size patch, solid animal results, vascularization, stable detection of liver specific proteins,
Yep.
and metabolic enzymes. That means that when they put it on the small animal, it metabolized and showed enzymes in the bloodstream that were very specifically human, which meant that the patch was working.
Right.
They're moving forward. So 2020, it's 2017. It's a great time to invest. That's what I'm saying. I think it is, and I'm buying every month. Automatically. Stock in this company. What is this? This is oh, here it is. This is the inborn errors of metabolism. And those are 3 different types of inborn errors. Patient population is 10,000 people. And the idea is to submit for orphan fast track status. And actually, Organovo sat in front of Congress about 3 months ago and talked about the company. And so the connections are being made for the governing bodies and the FDA to really be familiar with the company and what they're trying to do for patients. So there's specific language inside of the recent CARES Act, I think it was called, that was passed this past year that clearly identifies fast track opportunities for cell-based and tissue-based therapy. So we think that this
Nice.
is going to be great. So, yeah.
Nice. Strong IP portion.
I
First
thought he said
mover.
50. I thought he said 50 patents today, but maybe it was 25. I don't know.
I think he
But
said 50, and then he said 110 patent
worldwide,
applications.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's up to 50. So, I mean, one of the things that Keith Murphy, the ex-CEO, who's now the chairman of the board, one of the things I thought was cool that he used to talk about is like, hey, you want to do 3D bioprinting? You should probably talk to us because we own the patents. I love
Yeah.
that. I love when he was talking like that. And who's the other guy that you, David? What was his name?
Eric David.
Eric David. He's a great
That guy.
speaker. I like
That
him.
guy is a giant. He is fantastic. That's the other
Yeah.
T-shirt I want. Eric David T-shirt. You got to make some. You know.
Go Eric David. I think we should just do Go Onvo shirts. So all right, let's just get
Yeah.
back
Don't worry.
to
No. Shut it down. Shut it down. Let's
shut
just
that
keep
down.
talking.
Okay. So that's it. You know, I want to give you guys an update on the NBA score. Not that and Matt, you used to be a baller. You have no
My dad.
Matt's dad was a star at Penn State.
Yes, he
What a
was.
guy.
He's still a star.
He's still a star. Yep. So we have the Warriors winning 39. They're beating the Cavaliers 39-37 in the second quarter. So anyway, back to talking Organovo. Guys, any questions here? Not that we are super experts, but we are definitely excited about this opportunity just to turn people on to a great science. So, you know, one of the things I thought was pretty interesting is there's a thing called stock twits out there, and
Yeah.
stock twits is like a bulletin board of people that are interested in these different stocks or whatever, and it's like a community board, and there's 7,000 people following Organovo. 7,000.
That's
should
probably
tell you
because of
something, right?
That's probably because of Cashmoo. She made that happen.
Lena is a great advocator of this science as well. I always just say science just because
Did you
I
say
even follow
advocator?
or what is it? What's it
You
called?
said advocator, didn't you?
I did. What's the word?
That's
Advocate.
fine.
Advocate.
I don't know. I'm just.
I know. I said advocator, but
That's
I
fine.
can make. I can
It's like
create
an
my own
avocado.
words.
Avocado.
I can't create my own language.
No.
I mean, it's close. Did you know what I meant? Did you know what I mean?
I kind of got. We got it, but I mean, we're trying to do
So what's the
something here.
difference? I mean, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to be in the box, right?
That's fine.
I mean,
That's
as
fine.
long as you get the, the meaning. Advocator. I kind of like it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, she's an advocate. I don't know. She's
I don't
an
know, look it up.
advocator. Sounds like alligate. Like sounds a little bit more tougher than an advocate. What do you want? Okay. So I just think.
Hey, why don't you pull up stock twits on here? I mean, show people.
We can do stock twits. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's see what people are saying.
Forgot my password. Let's see. Stock twits.
Try password. Yeah.
Yeah, enter.
Let's see. Oh, here I am. Look at that. That's me.
Well,
And
you
then
haven't said
PAT.
anything.
What? Well, I just
Yeah.
I haven't said a lot, no, but this is my handle MMPat 999. Okay.
What's the fat pitch, Dan? Today
What's
is
that?
not just like nine. I'm looking at the guy underneath.
Okay, let's go to Organovo.
Oh, I see. He wasn't even on the Organovo site. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Al and I, live discussion. Okay, that's us. A little hype. Age, closing price. Okay. Oh, I think after hours. Let's just see something here real quick.
Look at this. New CEO appears to be a strong businessman. Love it.
Ooh,
Go ahead, Taylor.
ooh.
Go get him, man.
Hold up. Combo after hours. Okay. What we got? Ooh, down 4, up 11 right now. 294.
Yeah, but you know what I love? Look at that big, like,
Party!
back and forth, back and forth.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got? New CEO appears to be a strong businessman with a good understanding of sales.
Yeah,
It's all about
yeah.
sales. It's all about sales and marketing, guys. Let's remember that. We have some great product. It needs to be sold. Absolutely. Izzy 999. Izzy again. It will happen one day after I sell. I bought 3,000 shares of FB in the low 30s. I sold in the
There.
90s. It's now over 150.
What? So,
That's Facebook. You know, but who wants to be
yeah,
involved in
that guy's
Facebook? Okay, great, you're making money, but you know what? I don't know, man. I mean, we're on Facebook and all that kind of stuff, but we're saving lives with Organovo. We're going into the future. We're going
yeah,
deep,
that's good.
going
No, but
beyond.
I'm with you with the
Let's go.
social investing angle of that. But the same thing is if you can invest and then you've got money that you can actually impact people on a local level at the same time, you know? So, but you're
Yeah,
right. You're right. I mean, there's
it's a nice
literally,
platform.
yeah.
It's a nice platform.
All
I'll
right.
give it to them. Okay,
What is
on
cash
but
research? Yeah.
tomorrow, June 8th. Okay, but boom. Here's some predictable waiting for the Motley Fool to publish a so-called article on why investors should worry about this. Let's see. Anything good here?
Yeah,
This
it's all
guy.
good. But
Smooth.
all right, let's
Okay.
get out of here. Let's get at them.
Uh,
People saw it.
okay. Bioprinting process. Anything on here? Whoa. Like that's just right there. It's just like the bioprinting process. Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
is that even? Should I even click? That's just too deep, right? It's just. Let's see what they
I
got.
don't know. Yeah.
Organovo creates
It's a
functional
minute.
human tissues with its unique bioprinting
That's the well
technology.
plates.
Starting with cells from any source, Organovo's bioprinter precisely places a specially formulated bio-ink, in this case, into a 96 well plate for drug discovery.
Like then the tissue, they put it in the right temperature, at the right humidity, and they kind of
Disease can
Whoa.
be induced and disease
It
progression
grows.
can be
Wow, they
studied
got
in the
new-
native microenvironment. For medical research
and they're doing
drug
stuff, I
discovery,
mean, all
potential
over
treatments can be observed real time to
Wow.
measure safety,
this
efficacy,
field. They're
and
doing
mechanism
stuff.
of
I think at
action.
Wake Forest they've got,
3D
and not just
bioprinting
there,
can
like
create more
in
natural
Japan and
cell-cell
other places they've got
interactions than traditional 2D
cardiac
methods.
tissue where they
With
just give it a
better
little
predictive
bit of,
value and higher
you know,
clinical
it's
relevance,
beating
this
muscle. They're
revolutionary
you know,
technology can
beating
speed safe
heart,
and effective
cardiac cells. They've got the eye stuff that we were kind of talking about before. They
Mm.
can print and they can take your fat cells and you turn them into iPSC cells. Oh, and a great thing about Organovo is it has its own cell line. There's a subsidiary called Samsara, which maintains its own cell lines and sells them to other people as well. But they have their own, so it's great for their work.
All right, so here's what we're working on. There's Matt's license plate, Go Onvo. And again, we have
Yep.
no connection to the company other than
Nope.
just a
We're investors.
yeah, we're investors and we're just hyped on the
We don't
science and
get
technology and saving
we
lives.
don't get to. Yeah, we're not allowed to ask any questions on the conference calls because we're not like, you know, from some big institutional, you know,
Well, look,
whatever. Yeah.
we've spread the word. I have, I don't know, over 30 friends that are investors already. So I just keep spreading the good word and knowing that as these companies start to develop that we've been in the mix with, or that we've been privileged
Yeah.
to, or we feel like we're on the cutting edge just because we're out there on the street.
You know, and one way you're doing that is with this website, no doubt about it. Look at some of these links that we put on there. Really, this is Marvin's work. Marvin's in the background there. But
yeah,
if you just look at some of the stem cell stories or
Big Marv.
how about over on the left, IIT Delhi's 3D
Let's
bioprinted
give
knee cartilage.
Marvin right there. We got Big Marv.
There he is, Marvin.
Little
Way to go,
little
Marv.
action in the
Good
studio.
work.
Let's see what else we got. All right.
Yeah.
That's the studio. Well, this is my room.
But if you look at some of these links, stem cell stories that caught our eye. CIRM is a great group. Spinal cord therapy. They gave some stem cells to a guy that was paralyzed, and he had some movement in his upper body. That was like 2 weeks ago. I saw it on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So,
and just to make the case, not all of this stuff is Organovo. More interested in, the sciences that are going to affect tomorrow, or the sciences.
Yeah.
How would you say that? The science of tomorrow.
I would.
That'd be good.
Yeah, but it's happening today. People don't know about it. If we walk out on the street and you said, "Hey, bioprinting," like if you type it on like an email, it still doesn't recognize the word. You ask, I asked Alexa, what is bioprinting? They don't. Nobody knows what this is.
Let's try it.
Let's try it.
Let's try it. Let's try it. Alexa.
Good.
You got to be quiet though, okay? Alexa, what is bioprinting?
I don't know that.
You don't know that. Maybe you need
I just
to go
told
to
you
school. I know. Well, I'm just showing. We don't have to take everything that you say, okay? But it's good. See, now you're building credibility.
Trust but verify.
Yeah.
Hey, scroll down a little bit on that page.
Organovo. Excuse me. I'm calling her Organovo now. She should be called Organovo. She will probably be called Organovo at one point. We'll be able to change the name. Alexa, what is Organovo?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
How do you... Alexa, where did you go to school?
I don't know that one.
Alexa,
here I got one. Alexa, get Patrick a new shirt.
Crazy. Showing the guns, baby. Showing the guns. All right, let's go. Let's move on here. Organovo presents new So here we go. Okay. Anyway, so one of the things I was saying about StockTwits, right, is they have 7,000 people following Organovo. The interest is supply demand, really, when you look at it. The fact that they have a lot of interest surrounding the stock, I think, is a really cool thing. Now, some of our next podcasts are going to happen. We're going to have a lot more people on these things. Yesterday we had Sean, but we should definitely attract some players in the industry. I tried to get an old girlfriend on here who's a biologist in New Zealand, who happens to know quite a bit about 3D printing, and she just did not want to get on camera. So
that's fine.
But we'll find some people that are game.
Do me a favor, anybody that's hearing this, if you can kind of forward on the conversation to your group of people, and just like amazing thing. I sent it out by LinkedIn to everybody I knew, just to try to get people interested in this technology, and to kind of share the conversation, to make sure that we're all moving towards a world where there's opportunity for regenerative medicine to really take hold. So,
hey, one of the things I want to it's one of the things I want to just chit chat to you about is, where are all the animal people? Don't they have like the PETA group? Wasn't that like a big organization that is like save the animals, save the animals? They're out there throwing blood on fur jackets and stuff. Where are they at?
I think I got it. They don't want people to know that there is an absolute animal-free testing method, because then they won't have any fight. They won't have anything to fight about. What are they going to become?
Right.
What are they going to become?
I mean, that's a big organization. How many people? Marvin, can you look up how many people? I have so many things open my mouth.
Well, wait a minute. Hey, I'm not going to trust you. Why don't you Google it? PETA and Organovo. Just see if it comes up.
I have so many windows. I got like 4 computers working. So
we'll close one. Come on.
Hold up.
PETA and Organovo.
People
No. PETA,
PETA.
P-E-T-A.
Yeah.
PETA not how many
6.5.
people are in PETA.
Look, I just got it. All right. Whatever I typed in, I got it. So
All right, type in
People
something
for the
else.
Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, is the largest animal rights organization in the world with more than 6.5 members and supporters.
Exactly. You're
6.5
right.
members. What?
You're right.
Why are we not
Good.
targeting PETA? We're going
Maybe
after
they
PETA. We're
maybe
going
they
after
said,
PETA. I'm going
dude,
after PETA myself and
why don't,
Marvin and my crew.
how about type in PETA and Organovo and see if anything comes up.
Stockwitz is my group of peeps. Helena. Moo's on, and who
Dude.
else? And Jake in DC. Jake in DC says LOL.
DC,
He's saying
what's
LOL
up?
to DC. I think we need to go to PETA. 6.5 million people in PETA? Is that all they do?
Do we know that they're not linked in somehow?
Wait.
Already?
I need to get an idea. They're still using this animal model.
All right, you tell me.
Why are they using this animal model still when we've already shown that this science is much better than the animal model? What are they doing? Why are they killing little mices? Huh? Are you going to jump on me because I say micey?
No, I would love you to search something else since you got control.
Go
PETA.
Yeah.
Just type in PETA and Organovo. See if anything comes up.
PETA and Organovo.
Yeah.
All right. The future's here. Oh. I know I've already typed some stuff.
Well,
I'm ahead
what's
of the
it
game.
say?
It's November 25th. Okay, 15th. Wow. The future's here, and it's way cooler than you think. A California company named Organovo is developing a bioprinting technique with the hope of one day creating human organs using 3D printing. The process would use bioink made of mini tissues grown from human cells that could be printed into different human organs. This process has the potential to spare the lives of countless animals like pigs, little piggies.
Now, put that link on the
Can
website.
I finish the thing? This process has the potential to spare the lives of countless animals like piggies who are now bred and killed so their organs can be removed for human transplantation experiments. These bioprinted organs could also be used in place of animals in drug testing. Okay.
Not only that, we're going to help the animals have new livers if we need to.
This could be bigger than Noah's Ark.
That is so wrong.
What do you mean?
All right. Keep going.
The company has already created human livers tissue that are being, so now they don't even know. They're talking about liver tissue. We're doing kidney tissue, and now we're probably starting other stuff. What works for the animal often doesn't work for the human. So why don't we try, before we go to the human, an organism on the level of printed tissue?
I like it a little lower. What you can do?
Gabor Forgax, he was the main scientist that discovered this. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's get a bookmark on this, okay? And here, Marv, you do it, all right?
Yeah.
Over there, hook it up over there and put that on the website. We got this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just saying,
Okay.
you were bashing PETA over there about your mices and all that. And I kept saying, why don't you just type in PETA and Organovo? And you couldn't even hear me for like, I don't know, a couple minutes.
I could hear you. I brought up PETA. I was tweeting this back in 2015. This might have been done because of my, putting it out there. November 2015.
As a matter of fact,
no, it probably
was
wasn't.
you.
No, I don't think it wasn't. Think it was.
Probably
But I did it. Look, you can look up some tweets. Look at some of my tweeters at Patrick M. Walsh Jr. and you'll see some of those PETA tweets. But
Okay.
I think it's 2016, so I'm off the mark. But I'm just happy that it's happening. And dude, we already talked about this. We've already talked about we're the same people. We're pushing the same thing. So whatever you do, I do. Whatever I do, you do.
Yeah.
We work as a team.
That's right.
Okay, this is
It's good.
cumulative process. Yeah. All right, now that we're past that, trying to get the credit on everything. Marvin.
All right, no, what else?
I like how you gave shout out to Marvin. Big Marv's over there. Marv,
Yeah.
doing it.
Doing it.
You know,
Doing it
we're not
well.
only, just so you know, we're not only here doing stunt work and trying to make some movies and animation and stuff like that, but we're also trying to pave the way into new science. What do you think about organ on a chip?
Well, it seems like there's a place for it. From what I've seen, there are some, it looks like there might be a place for some high throughput testing, but strictly, I think, I'm not sure, I haven't studied it too much, but I think it's possibly just for like toxicity. I don't think you can get into any idea of efficacy or metabolism in the way that you can with native tissue or transplant, like clinical. So I think there's a place for it because there's definitely companies that are out there that are really pushing it. But Organovo is by far the most comprehensive, um, method for understanding the disease state and the drugs.
Right. Now, Helena, who is basically managing the Stock Twits board, is she's got some comments coming at us. She said that she likes Taylor a lot, which is great. So glad that Taylor is getting thumbs up. Again, I thought his tone was just real smooth, just like, okay.
Yeah, and we got to get
I think he got
Taylor
better in the
on.
call. I think he got better as the call went on. Like, I think he really excelled at the questions. I liked he said, he had at one point had said like, oh, I had to push somebody out of the way. He just seemed fun, so if he's one of those guys that brings energy and makes people feel great, that's awesome because he's going to be concentrating on sales. And I think, that kind of person does well with sales and at least, motivating his sales force. So I'm pretty happy about that. Lena also said that organ on a chip, she doesn't like it because they work with Aether. Now, Aether's been one of those thorn in the side companies that we don't really know if they're real or are they real. As it recently has it come up that they are, actually a player in the business just by saying their name, and I probably shouldn't have even said their name. But if they're doing good and they're doing good for humanity, I'm down.
I'm not buying it.
Okay. Helena says his sales method is very, as a matter of fact, not intimidating. Right. Very, very just. Okay. Well, the one thing that I don't like about Aether is their.
Can you shut this big screen so that we can, we can talk? It feels like we're just get it out of there. Just take everything out.
Yeah.
I don't know what I even have.
Just end the share.
Let's get our faces.
Okay.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I just don't like the dirty pool that they're playing.
Well, you go back to and Organovo is the first bioprinting company with an IP portfolio that has foundational patents. This company that I'm not going to name glommed on to Organovo as like, oh, we're an Organovo killer. They're trying to use our name to get market share. And I think somebody from a group of investors went to the space that they listed as their place of business, and there was nobody there. Like, it wasn't even a shop. It was a fake address. So we'll see. Maybe I think it's people that are just trying to jump on to a reputable company to try to gain some market share through kind of nefarious tactics and to generate a company. But whether they make it, I mean, I think that for Lena to say that organ on a chip works with them, I think organ on a chip might be a little bit more established. There's some key players that are looking at that methodology, but again, it's gonna, it could be Pepsi Coke type stuff, where they're dealing with high throughput testing, and the Organovo's
Oh my God.
tissue is much more predictive when you get drugs that you really want to look at before you take them to market, or you want to do efficacy studies, or you want to do, you know, metabolic testing, So I don't think it's a problem for the market for that Organovo is in. There isn't another bioprinting tissue company that can get anywhere near the first mover advantage that Organovo has. So I'm not really worried about it.
Right. I mean, it's just like Keith Murphy said. Hey, look, we own all the patents. You want to work with us, you're gonna have to come through us. And if you want to,
Mazel tov.
you want to try to do a little end around. You want to try to go around the back door. You're gonna get.
Yeah.
We own all the.
So what you really want to ask yourself, and this was the other question that I was going to ask today, is I know you can't have any forward thinking statements or whatever they say, like, you can't say anything. But when do you think you'll be profitable? If we're talking about 138% growth year over year for this year from 2016 to 2017, and they're saying that maybe they're looking at anywhere between the guidance for 2018 is anywhere between 6 million and 8.5 million. They just did 4.2 million. So this is growth. This is a growth company that is at the beginning stages. But the question is, okay, if they go from 6 to, let's say, we'll call it 80% growth. So if you do 80% growth per year, double-digit growth, not triple-digit growth, but if you did 80% sales year over year over year, how long would it take you to be profitable? And I just need to figure that out.
Yeah, you know what? That was actually something that I wanted to do today. I wanted to run the numbers on that because Keith Murphy at one point had said that we're going to do triple-digit growth, right? But now, from what they talked about, let's say it's 80% growth. But Amazon's done like 30% growth over each year for the last 10 years or something. I think it's been 30 or 40. I think it's 30%. So you put a little bit of money at 30% growth, it's gonna add up. They mentioned double-digit growth.
Yeah, and the sooner that we're profitable.
Helena, is it Helena or is it
Helena? Because it's Lena. Helena.
I had a crush on a girl named Helena when I was a kid. So is it Helena or is it Helena?
What is she saying?
I don't know. She is saying they mentioned double-digit growth for end of 2018.
Yes. But if they hit at the high end or beat their high end range of 8.5, 8.5 would be 100% growth, a little bit more than 100% growth because we're at 4.2. So if maybe they're under promising and over delivering, because this past year we kind of got whacked. There were 2 contracts where they wanted to see different cell lines, more specific data. So the contracts were stretched out, and they're going to be realized in this next year financially, because Organovo doesn't recognize the revenue of a contract until the contract's complete. So they had to revise the guidance on this year. We still hit 4.2 and then beat analyst expectations.
But they're only saying up to 8.5 is the high end, which is okay because it takes a while to it takes a while for to get it going. And Helena says it's actually, to your point, she says it's actually Helena. Okay,
so it's Lena then. It's not Lena.
Interesting. She's on it, man. She's in it, right? I think that the market just wants to see market penetration, big names working with them in revenue. I don't care about profitability yet.
Yeah, so people should. She should be on it. She's a bookkeeper. She's like an accountant. So you should. I think she has a company called Bookkeep hyphen it in Canada. So anybody that wants to connect with a great bookkeeper, that would be.
Oh yeah, we got the Canadians up here. Oh yeah.
Now that's Minnesotans. Yeah.
Oh, that's Minnesota? Well, how do Canadians talk?
I don't know. You got to talk to
Do
one.
they have like
It's
the horn?
French. No, it's more French.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, that's I do like the contract thing though, that they had 50 contracts, right?
Yeah, it was a
Where they
little. It
had,
was.
let's say you say 10. Actually, Helena, did they say 5 or 10 contracts in 2015, which 2016 they had 50? So was it 5 or 10? Okay.
You got the years.
Helena
First
says,
off, you got the years wrong. It's
what is it?
2016 and then 2017. We just closed 2017, right?
No, we're in 2017 right now.
Yeah, but it's the way
No, it's
they're.
what? No, it's the fiscal year, which goes to, yeah, I'm right. Okay,
I don't
let's
think
see
you're
what she
right.
said. Helena, will you jump in here and help us? And those small
Ask.
cap biotechs range from 10 cents per share to like $15. Helena says, I've been trading them. Okay. Oh, I have to re-listen. Yeah, we closed.
2017. Jump. That's all right.
Oh, oh shit. Okay. Hey, man. I'm just feeling it out, bro. That's all I do is I just feel it out.
All right. We'll feel that. All right.
Okay.
And we got guidance for 2018. That's what they give. That's this next year.
80% of small biotechs have no profits.
Yeah, and Tesla too, right? Go
I mean,
figure.
this stock was all the way up to what was the high? Was it like 15?
No, I think it was like 12. But there was a really good point that Sean made yesterday that was right at the time that all 3D stocks were roaring. So you had 3D Systems, Stratasys, and Arcam. Everybody was riding this high, and he was saying that Organovo got lumped in with the 3D stocks because it's kind of a 3D stock and it's a biotech stock at the same time, and so that created the spike. And
Total manipulation. Total
well,
manipulation.
everything came down. I mean, you were talking about it just a month ago about 3D systems being down so much. It might be a great time to buy it. Everything's still down. Stratasys and 3D, anybody that's long on that. So, I mean, I bought right up and over that hump. And, then I was
1250.
talking to you about it, and you bought it at what, 2?
180.
So you really,
Got to feel it out,
that,
bro. You got to
you
feel
got
it
to be,
out.
you got to be
I remember
thankful.
you all happy and all crazy when it was 1250, and I was thinking, man, these manipulators are strong, but the science. And I just kept listening to you jib jab, and I'm thinking, okay, well, 3D printing in the metals and stuff like that. Although I wish I would have stayed with Arcam because it would have been pretty. We'll talk about that later, but I'm pretty.
But
excited
that
about
you
the
get back
future.
to your point. You get back to your point. You're printing with Arcam like engine parts so that airplanes fly faster and lighter. Compare that to like taking care of an orphan metabolic disease for a liver, or helping to cure fatty liver disease or
Right.
breast
Cancer.
cancer. Yeah.
Right. No, it's much more rewarding on the
Organovo side. Yeah.
on the Organovo side. Yeah.
Now, one thing I want to say is that do we all agree that the previous CEO, Keith Murphy, was a wise, smart guy? Like,
Oh, hold up. She says, yeah, Keith Murphy was super smart. He's a
super
scientist,
smart.
Entrepreneur, I mean, I think he's
Visionary?
more of a visionary all-around guy because Gabor was, or however you say his name, he was the scientist guy. But
So
I think
Keith Murphy in one of the early calls, and actually in that call I got to ask a question, and I asked him if they had a gym at Organovo because I'm very much interested in making sure that the people that work there are exercising, have the ability to exercise, that relieves stress, and it'll help them to be you know, feel much better in life. So do me a favor, go away from flip that, because I'm glad you brought up it. No, bring the stock up again, but make it ILMN. That's the stock that one of our board members, Kirk Malloy, is at Illumina. And Keith Murphy said, if you want to look at a stock, I'm not saying this is what it's going to be, but look at ILMN. Yeah. So that stock, but you're going to have to go max. He said, you want to see a stock. So now click on the chart so that it brings it up even closer. I don't know if it does it. Maybe you got to go to. So for many years there, it was below, like, you know, $10. At one point, it was $1.80 or something like that.
Dollar.
You know, you're at 1959 now, but
well, it started pretty high. Yeah, I'm dragging my
mouse along it. Yeah, look at that, 205. Yeah.
But I'm saying the processor in my computer's a little slow.
Yeah. So all I'm saying that in the history of the company,
205, 155 right here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, sky is falling, right? So all I'm saying is that this company that's in San Diego, Keith Murphy, who we agree is a brilliant guy, showed this chart, just saying, hey, if you want to see what it looks like to cross the chasm from, like, nobody knows about it on the street to early adopters to, you know, mass acceptance, that would be this stock. And Illumina, by the way, split 5 times, I think. 2 for 1. Oh no, Amgen split 5 times. Illumina, I don't know if it has a split history, but still, I'm just saying. It might have 1 split. But.
Should we look at Amgen?
So,
that's where Keith Murphy was.
Yeah, Amgen was with, Keith was at Amgen.
Let's look at the Amgen stock. Okay. Oof.
Okay, so look at maximum.
Wow.
So that company,
same kind of trajectory, you know. Started super small, you know. It went down a little bit, went to 8 cents, and then oh, give it to me, you know, split, right? And then it was give it the splits again, and it ran to 181. Give us the splits. You said 5 times, 2 for 1, 2 for 1,
yeah,
3
2 for 1. Yep. 2 for 1, 2 for 1, 3 for 1, 2 for 1, 2 for 1. So if you took 100 shares, all right. So let's say you took 100 shares.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do the math right now. Clear. 100.
Dude, did
times
you know
2
Amgen,
times 2 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 180, or we'll say today's share 161. You'd have, let's say you bought that 100 shares for $3, for example, which would be what, $300? That would turn into $772,000. 700, yeah. So it's, everybody's got something like this. All I want to say is that on our board, we've got a guy that was running like North America for this company. And on the other company we looked at, Illumina, we've got a guy that like started the company.
Right.
So these guys know how to build success, even when it looks at the beginning like the stock is, you know, I'm sure you could imagine how many people were screaming that stock was a POS, you know.
Right.
And then look what happened.
I mean, just look at this, man. Amgen is the world's 6th largest independent biotech company by market cap, $120.6 billion.
Yeah. So what's the future going to look like? You know, I mean,
so that means $120 billion company. So
the future is cell therapy, CRISPR-Cas9 therapy, and bioprinting.
Is Helena still on? Can we ask her, has anybody done any numbers on this? We should do, and I did a little chart, which I don't even want to bring up because it's very rudimentary. It was just my feeling it out. And I'm kind of right on the money right now, by the way. Because what's cool is maybe they didn't do as well as they expected, but they're also spending less right now. Right? So spending
No.
is making. Yeah.
No, they spent more.
No, I think they spent less.
I think they spent a little more this year.
Let's see. Helena.
It's right on the
What?
earnings report. Pull up the earnings report.
Okay. We'll pull up the earnings report.
I think they spent like, I don't know, 30% more or something like that.
She says they just missed one quarter. It cost them nearly a year, but it wasn't their fault. Okay. What was their spend? We're looking at their spend, Helena. What do we got for that? Onvo earnings report.
Helena's like Alexa.
I wouldn't freaking. Okay. Earnings report date. Organovo. Press releases. What?
Middle. Quarterly results.
What is she saying? Oh, I have to dig it up. Client wanted extra validation. Yeah. Okay. All the fourth quarter earnings call. Put in physical results company. Okay. Let's see here. First quarter full. Okay.
Scroll down.
Okay. Crouch continued. This is cool.
Down, down, down.
I know. I'm just looking at other things that might be exciting. Expenses. Revenue was 0.2 million, reflecting. What was I looking at?
There it is. 22%. Where are you going?
The company's net cash utilization for the year fiscal 2000 was 30.6 million, lower than the expected net cash utilization rate of between 31 million and 34 million. This right here was what I was talking about.
Okay, well, just go up the one before that.
The company ended the fiscal fourth quarter with a cash and cash equivalents balance of 62.8 million. Organovo's net cash utilization during the period was 7.5 million. The company's net cash utilization for the full year fiscal 2017 was 30.6 million. That's lower than the expected net cash utilization rate of between 31 million and 34 million. So say if you split the middle between 31 34,
I get what you're saying. I do.
You get what
I
I'm
get what
saying?
you're saying. I do.
You're looking
but
at they saved $2 million there, so put that on the other side. So yeah, we made 4.2, but we really saved it a million plus.
Well, I think that you'd have to ask Helena, but I think they did this thing called a something gap. They did it. They're announcing their numbers different financially than they have before. Just go to the tab before that. Not even the tab. Just scroll up a little bit. Just up a little bit.
Okay, where?
Okay, go to operating expenses. Can you see that?
I see it.
All right,
I can give you a little zoom in action. You want a little zoomed in? What do you want?
Oh, I guess that's no. You might be right. You might be right that you might be right on this one. Operating expenses, because it's not much. It's 200,000. Revenues related to 200,000. Research and development costs increased 22% year over year, primarily due to scientific. Selling admin increased to 5.8, but that is all included in the 32% is what you're saying. So you're probably right on this.
Yeah. I'm a little still confused about reading these things, but I'd like to get better just for my own purposes for my company and stuff, because I'm going to be crushing it in the next 3 or 4 years. My time will come.
No doubt about it. Stay healthy.
That's it. Health is wealth. To those watching, say hi. Helena, I have to find out who is watching. who is watching.
Someone's
those-
watching you.
So I'd love some people to chime in here, but again, for anybody that's watching, my name is Patrick Walsh. This is Matthew Collender, my cousin, the handsome one in the suit there, the older one. So we are here just talking Organovo, talking the science of tomorrow that is here today. Matt, it's here today.
It's here
But it's
today.
the science of tomorrow, right?
Right on the screen. Yeah.
Saving lives, saving little piggies' lives, saving animals' lives.
Listen to PETA. Listen to PETA if you want, you know.
Listen to PETA. That is
Who
such a
doesn't trust
great one.
PETA?
There's so many people. Our marketing team's got to be all over them. Like, guys, let's focus. See, the PETA people might have a reason to keep this whole thing. Just like a lot of this, a lot of these institutions just, what are they going to do if cancer's cured? They're all going to be out of jobs. Is PETA going to be like, we have all this buckets of red paint?
I don't think we're gonna get into conspiracy theory now.
No, but it's a thought. I'm just saying, I'm grateful for the article. I think that's great. It's a step in the right direction. And the fact that they were involved or on it in November 2015 is a pretty cool
15.
thing.
Yeah, that's 2 years ago. They're like a year and a half ago.
But guys, let's re-up. Let's get with the program. Where are you? You should be on this. You should be on this call. In fact, the next call.
Why don't we call?
Yeah, we should call. Let's call PETA up and see if we can get them in. And we got to kind of name this Talking Organovo, or are we just going to go with a more broader? Because the ultimate goal of this is to get more intelligent about this, introduce this company and science to the masses, and get smart, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
That's what I'm here for, right? Spreading the word, creating networks, turning people on to something cool.
Absolutely.
And learning, and hopefully making some money at the same time.
Yep.
But
that'll be
anyway,
great,
everybody tuning in. This is a great thing because we're all learning. We're all in the community and hoping for great things. And I think this company is a winner myself.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go catch the rest of the basketball game.
All right.
I could do an update. Matt, you want to take us out of here?
Yeah. I just want everybody to know that Patrick and I, as cousins, have been friends for a very, very long time.
Oh, you know what? Let's do it.
We'll
Hold on.
play
I got
this
the
little.
picture.
We-
No.
yeah.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
You guys got to see. Here, get rid of the share screen. You got to pull it big screen.
Okay. Hold on. There we go. Big screen with this. Okay. So
Check this picture out.
A little smudge on it. I'm a perfectionist. I'll buff this a little bit. Okay. Okay, guys, you ready for this? It's a little special treat.
This is all.
So all-time Maddie and I way back in the day. Boom.
That's got a glare, but it's just two kids playing by a stoop in West Trenton, New Jersey, at our grandmother's house.
Both got them muscles going on.
Yeah, that's good. It's
So,
good. That's a great picture, Pat.
Many years later.
Yeah, still hanging together.
Z. Oh, Brian Z. This
What's he
is
saying?
great. This is great. Would like to see this once a week or a month for sure. Helena, oh my
Cool.
God, you're both blonde. Yeah, we used to be, right?
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I'm gray. I actually had to dye my beard a little bit. I thought it was like they were going to take a little bit of gray out and it just really went dark. Did you notice that, Matt?
Wow.
I'm trying to figure out this role at the end of the summer in October. So just getting ready. That's
Good
why
for
I'm
you.
beefing up. That's why I'm getting the muscles going. Who knows? Start making a lot of movies if Organovo takes off. Brian, appreciate you tuning in. All the rest of the people. We got, what is this? Larwolf Farm. Do you know him or her? Larwolf Farm? Moo is the
No.
expert. No. So look, hopefully, I mean, it would be great to get Dr. Z in here, Don, get Sean back.
Get Sean back.
Spice it up a little bit with some, a little bit more forward thinking, maybe some charts, a little bit of studying. I have noticed that my cousin has been hitting the books on Organovo quite a bit because,
I'm passionate about it. Yeah.
he's passionate and he's a bit of a smooth talker around the science. But I think I'm just going to stay the way I am because I like to feel it out. So I'm just going to be the feel out guy. I'm going to, obviously try to become smarter, more intelligent based on these sciences. And we're going to keep trying to push this onvo.com or GoOnvo website. So if anybody has any
Yeah, the links are incredible, guys. I mean, it's like we are spending time pulling all the links from regenerative medicine. If you want to check out the Methuselah Foundation, is a great place to go. The work that's being done overall to take 90 and make it the new 50, Organovo plays a part in that, along with stem cell therapy and CRISPR-Cas9 therapy. You really need to read up on this stuff because anybody that's in your 40s to 50s, there's a chance that in the next 30 years, you're going to have the opportunity for some of these therapies to help you regain a lot of function. So I'm just saying that's the reality of what's happening right now.
Right. And this is the site. And I think
like for example, both of our moms who were sisters died of Alzheimer's. So there's a real
recently.
Yeah. So there's a real, interest on my part, and I'm sure on your part, Pat, to look at the way stem cells and the work that's being done for Alzheimer's, just in case that's something that we gotta deal with. That's what I think about.
Yeah. I mean, again, my concentration is being healthy myself, but if, it's an insurance program, rooting the science on, it's going to help a lot of people. I mean, I would have loved to have, another 6 months of my mother at full health, anything, a day, whatever. So if Organovo could keep amazing people like our parents around, my Aunt Liz was an amazing artist.
I don't know that Organovo will, but stem cell therapy certainly can. Oh, I can't scroll down. I'm trying to scroll.
You're trying to scroll my screen?
I'm trying to scroll your screen. Yeah, it's not working.
Well, I don't know. I think maybe it will
There it is. Stem cells. Look at that. Brains, and more brains. Click that one. CIRM, great group. California Stem Cell Agency. Scroll down some more. Pioneering mini brains upgrade thanks to a study. Mini brains, organoids. That's great. So they can test, maybe they can work on, it's like little things. Maybe they can work on these little organoid brains to find neurological pathways that help to overcome,
dysfunctional brain cells called microglia have been implicated in a wide range of neurologic disorders like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington's, autism, and schizophrenia. But I detail them. See, it's mind-boggling. So, this
so that's on
future.
That's on the website. Is links like this that you can just start to question and understand the path and how regenerative medicine can make a difference in it may make a huge difference in our life, but our kids' lives, forget about it. Forget
Right.
about it.
Well, look, and if we can make it if we can make it a difference, each individual can make a difference. I know I'm going to start the conversation pretty heavily with PETA. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to knock on their doors, try to get them involved with our forward thinking little podcast. I'm going to get other people that are much smarter in the arena than I am.
Yeah.
I won't even speak for Matt because Matt seems like he's been doing a lot of studying, which is great. And he's very passionate about his investment in Organovo, and he's very passionate about the science. So, bring it on. The future is right there. And I'm
Yeah.
concerned. One of the things that I'm concerned about is the bureaucracy. That's the only thing that's standing in the way. If you just start regulating the hell out of it, whatever, like the
Listen,
FDA is going to fast track some of the science because, we need to be on the forefront of innovation in this country. And hopefully, they start to realize that we're not going to be, on the cutting edge if we keep getting our legs taken out when we're trying to do great things. I mean, let these scientists, man, let them run, let them go. And if someone is gonna die,
you got to watch out about that.
Man,
No.
I mean, dude, let me tell you. I can just tell you, and you've had your experience because I saw your mother towards the end. But my mother, the last 6 months of her life, fortunately, she was happy throughout the Alzheimer's, the whole thing. But I mean, you get to the point where you're almost like, I want you to pass away. I want you to, because there's such a struggle, and you don't want that. But if there's something that someone can do and try, why not try it at that point?
Well,
when there's nothing left. When there's nothing left.
Right now, the Texas governor there is trying to pass laws that actually help people to be their own patient advocate around stem cell therapy for, you just have to Google it, like Texas and stem cell legislation. Get interested in it because it's a real thing, and we're on the beginning of a whole breakthrough in how we treat disease, and some people have access to it now, and the rest of us have to fight to get it. But I do believe there's changes happening at FDA. I do believe that the new FDA director is open to novel therapies and not just doing things the old way. There's a huge bureaucracy that is understood, and I believe the work that our Organovo government affairs employee has done to put Keith Murphy in front of the U.S. Congress is pretty impressive. And they actually have that America Cures Act, I think it's called, or the CARES Act, that they recently have some great language around cell therapy and tissue therapy. So I think it's actually better than you might think. Pat.
Yeah, I mean, look, they have pig parts and stuff as part of like heart transplants, like valves and stuff are like actual pig parts. I mean, come on, man. Like, let's fast track some of this stuff. So, we got some other things here. Oh, Constance Hartman. Hello. Drum girl here. Good to hear lots of good news.
Drummer girl.
Great birthday present from Ambo today. Let's see it in the stock
happy
price
birthday.
tomorrow. She wants to see it in the stock price tomorrow and future earnings and revenues. Constance Hartman. Happy birthday. Say happy birthday to Constance.
Is it Constance's birthday or Drummer Girl's birthday?
Oh, no, she is Drummer Girl.
Oh, happy birthday,
Constance. We should also interview David Goebel.
We should interview David Goebel.
Yep. Helena says happy birthday to Constance, Drummer Girl. I'm glad you guys like this. We're going to get a lot better, more concise. And I mean, we just like chit chatting. I mean, just figured why not just get it out there.
Yeah, and what a great job that you and Marvin have done to get the information like this PETA article up, right in the middle while we were talking about it. So this is a really great format
Right.
to bring information to people.
I mean, there's 14 people watching right now. Imagine if we had somebody like Dr. Z or Don or one of the guys that are way into it and really can, I mean, not that I'm not taking away anything from you, Matt, but
Are you saying like I'm low energy or something like that?
No, you're great. You're great energy. You're absolutely great energy. But we could have 12 people at the same time. It'd be a lot more, more dynamic.
No, I agree with you. And yeah, so the people that are watching, it's very easy to just, click in, appear in to this room. And we should really do this weekly at least, just to check in.
Definitely. I mean, one of the things is, I mean, I got to feel like I'm a little off my game. I just been doing a lot of other stuff, and I haven't been so tuned in as of late. Matt here is my cousin seems really up on everything. I usually am, and we used to stay up late night. He's riding home from work. I might be at the gym, and we're talking Organovo, and we're just so excited about the potential of what this company can do and the science. I mean,
I'm still excited about it.
Yeah,
Today was a great phone call.
Yeah,
it was a wonderful day. We had Taylor, and I think he really just took over. Like his whole way of being was great, and hopefully, Pat, you can make it to the Jeffries conference. It's right in your backyard. Did you get a okay about a press pass?
I didn't get any kind of press pass thing, but I got a couple other ideas. So what I'll try to do, the Jeffries conference is already being live streamed, but maybe I could do a little bit behind the scenes or something. Yeah.
Oh, that's great news. Yeah. Well, you should try to get in there and get a personal interview. He might talk. Well, maybe not. They're probably busy as all get out. The investors want to talk to him. Yeah. So yeah, you could probably just watch it.
Constance says he is a breath of fresh air and exactly what Organovo needs.
Yeah.
She trusts him. She trusts him. Earnings conference calls will not be such pins and needles anymore.
Yep.
Helena says Organovo presenting tomorrow at 3 p.m. may very well boost PPS price per share up as far as mid threes, I believe. Wow.
Way to go.
Whoa. Helena making a big bullish prediction.
Well, I wonder what it's going to open at. I mean, the news is out there, and
the cow calling the bull. I like it. No, I'm hoping some good news. So we have 14 people. I wonder who else is on here. Brian Z. Shawnee's out. Okay, we got Jake in DC.
What's up, DC? Yeah. I'm in Baltimore. I was in DC today.
Matt, let's sign out of here. Guys, thanks for joining. It's always a great time. Definitely want some more interaction in the future. Definitely get some more people on here. Just with Sean yesterday was just cool, just having 3 people.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Hey, I want to let them know that I always played a game with my cousin growing up where we do this thing called Gotcha Last.
Yeah, we used to play this game called Gotcha Last, and I knew he was going to do it, but it's the only time that he's ever won in his whole life. So this is a virtual Got You Last. But anyway, guys, I will check you on the other side. P. Walsh signing out. Rock on. Go Onvo.